yeah. And if you remember, we just got done beating the hairy balls guy, and killed the other hairy balls guy. And so right now you're in the water, and the idea here is to stay on either a dead body or a log or the small red fish, and try and watch out for those guys. I mean, you have to kill them, but the only thing they do is jump out of the water and charge. You can tell when they're about to jump out of the water because they'll back up, like he did. He'll back up and then he'll jump. The random white bunny that's on the top of the screen is just there. I don't know why. Anyway, this guy's taking way too long to kill. Alright, there we go. And then he cries into the water. I guess just watch out for those archers up top. And the bats die in one hit, so try and jump up and attack them because that way they can't gnaw on your head. You can always tell when he's about to charge because, well, actually, I will show you. Or not. Or he'll just die. Anyway. I guess the random, you know, attack of sharks. And there's my level up, level 6. And I level up pretty fast. To my, you know, compared to my other friends, because I've played with them, you know, starting on level 1 characters, and you know, I would be like level 7 like I am now, but they would all be like level 4. And it's just, you know, it's all because of that sweeping technique that, you know, I showed in part 1. It's just, it gives you a lot of XP. And that guy gets a mouthful. Then the king is like, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. And this is one of the main bosses. And if you don't get this, it's actually a catfish. And you can tell because it's a cat and it has a fish fin. And a bear on its back for some reason. So the way you want to beat this guy is you saw that he spit out a fur ball, and then he started moving up towards you. So the idea here is to destroy the fur ball. He gets mad, he starts charging up at you, and then, you know, the guy shoots the cannonball, hits him in the face, and then you do the most damage when his tongue is out. That's when you attack. And then when he starts punching you, you just hold the left trigger. That's all you do. And he can't hurt you, you stay on your dead body, and yeah, so you just want to stay in front of the boat. And then you see when he goes off to the right of the screen and comes back, he cannot move from his like charge, so he runs into the boat, and that's what you want to do. You want to make him run into the boat with his face, and if you do that, then you win. And I was an idiot there. I figured I could kill him, but I guess not. And don't try and jump over his fists, because, you know, that won't work. Try and get on that. Oh, I got on it. Alright, so he comes back up. He's gonna run into the boat. I've actually killed the cat one time doing that. And magic on this doesn't hurt the guy any more than your regular hits would. And he dies a painful death. And gonna move on, guys, this way. Charge! Go! 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 Don't leave without me. Oh, I'm stuck over here. Alright, and then, you know, you go back here. And you want to try and get your magic up as much as possible. Stats to not even care about until you're, you know, beat the game and you're level like 50 is the agility. It's really going to take you till level 50 or well, at least level 60 to raise up all of the stats here. But it's only going to be level 50 to make you guys fill up the strength, defense, and magic. But you want to try and raise your magic up to the next level. So I have one extra, so I'm going to put that towards the shield, which is health and defense, which is helpful. So, and I'm going to go back to the store to pick up some more potions. And this is actually the first store you run into that you can get bombs, and you can get 9 of them. And then, yep, that's about it. So we're actually, before we move on, we're going to go back and get that animal orb that we missed, the little black dude. And then we're going, after we get that guy, we're going to exit to the map, and we're going to continue on with the story. I think this part of the commentary until, yeah, I think I'm just gonna add some epic music right here into in this part of the video, and then after I exit to the map, then I want to come back on with the commentary. So yeah, enjoy.
Distracts me. Fear and now, and let our be light. Through the worst weather, I'll make sure we're together. When the sky begins to hail, we will prevail. It's so hard to say, couldn't run away. It's those games you played, wish you would've stayed. It's so hard to say, couldn't run away. Run away. In a dream, she came to me. She came to me.
Alright, so I am back. I hope you guys enjoyed that little thing there where I got the guy. And now we're going to move on to the tall grass field. And if you go back here, and if you did a glitch, like I said before, you get the shovel, and you can go back here and you dig up literally a lobster. It's a sword. My lobster sword. And I'm going to keep my scepter because it's beast. And you find the flopping bears. And I'm about to dig up something else in a second. And try and get it before they get me. Oh, look, it's a rubber boot. And that's the game's way of telling you, I have nothing else to give you because you're such a pro that I can't give you any more tips. Or not tips. I can't give you any more items that would help you out. Because I already have enough money to buy everything in this game 5 times. So, not to brag or anything. But, I mean, I did play this game a lot. Back in the day, it's still one of the most popular, arcade games though, because they haven't came out with anything like CastleCrashers 2, which they should. They should definitely come out with CastleCrashers 2. Some recognizable mentions. Yeah, that's how you say it. Okay, mentions. I have a Twitter, and if you, I don't know, I haven't said anything about it, but I'm trying to get big on YouTube because I figure actually have an example. If you guys know Hutch or Sean0728, I think it is. That was his old. He's with Machinima now, but that's what he did. He got big on YouTube, made a bunch of YouTube videos, and he got big that way, and that's kind of like my dream job in a way, is to become like some type of game tester or designer of some sort for video games. And I figure that it may sound a little stupid, but if I could get big on YouTube, then like that would actually, you know, actually get a bunch of people to like my stuff and actually enjoy my videos, then that might actually help me get a job towards that kind of stuff, the stuff that I want to do. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would, you know, love to be on machinima with, you know, Hutch and all that, but obviously I'm not really that close at all to being on that level, considering I'm not even a partner. But that is a little thing for you guys. That's my little dream job type thing. Just want to get big, get a lot of subscribers, viewers, likers, stuff like that. Anyway, back to the walkthrough here. That boss that I just killed, he is a mini boss. All he did was spin, and you could tell he was a mini boss because he had that little flag on his back. You know, who was different. It was different from all the other little bears, and he has an animal orb with him, the ramm, and he knocks down your enemies when you're walking around. He gets your enemies, but I'm sticking with the chicken. And you can dig right here. Let me find it. Shovel. Missed. There we go. And weapon. You get an umbrella. Woo, umbrella. No. And you run into, wow, I almost got killed. Wow, surprise, surprise. I almost died. Me? Pfft. Ha! That doesn't happen. Actually, yeah, insane mode, I've died so many times. It's not even funny. Eventually, if I ever get, you know, more than godly at this game, then I'll probably post commentary just for fun, not really walkthroughs on insane mode, considering you guys would have seen the full game by then. And the big guys, they don't show it, but in order to get that big, you have to use these things called sandwiches, or in my case, beast witches, or man witches, or whatever. You get it from a store, you eat one, you become giant, and you get this tiny, tiny shield on your wrist that looks like a freaking watch because it's so small. And you basically get that same size, and you walk around killing people. And it's really funny, too, when they try and, you know, hit you. And and you just throw them. The only thing is, when you're one of the big guys, which you have to be in order to move this rock. I'll come back to this when I get the sandwiches. I'll come back to this because there's an animal orb in here, and there is a weapon and some gold. And oh yeah, back to what I was saying. If you're a giant, you still lose health as if you were a small guy. And you can see here, those are actually two bosses that you'll be facing. A little later on, they're not really that far away, but they are two bosses that you'll be facing. One's like the some ice king or something, and the other one's more like a servant. The Cyclops is more like a servant, if anything. And then you run into a new enemy that you only see about 3 times in the game over, you know, a bunch of levels. Just, you know, obviously this being the first one, you run into it towards the end of the game. And, well, actually, hold on, no, you run into it right here at the end of the game, and right after you beat one of the bosses. Actually, you'll go into a cave, and you know, run into these guys again, along with new enemies that we're going to be facing very soon. But I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just going to kill these things. These things are really annoying too. They don't really hurt you. The only thing they do is suction cup to your face, and that doesn't really do any damage, but your guy looks really stupid. And I'm going to stop here at part 3, and I'm going to put up part 4.